Player 1. Chime. Player 2. Evecade. Level 1.
Hello and welcome to episode 79 of the Total Evercade podcast. It is St. Patrick's Day and we are quite short because there's been quite a lot of trouser accidents going on around here. But I'm your host, Blunners, and I've got next to me the man, the myth, the legend, Sir Top and Hat. How are you, Derek?
Good evening and happy St. Patrick's Day to anybody celebrating.
Yeah, I'm celebrating as well. Got the old Guinness on the go. Be drinking that through, but yeah, we moved the show back because we were trying to get some people in, and we've had Triangle Face go down sick this afternoon. Ollie couldn't make it, and he's out celebrating St. Patrick's Day like he should be, and yeah, Matt can't make it. So yeah, so it's just me and you, Derek, to hold the fort down tonight.
Ah, dear, I don't know about that, but yeah, hopefully we've still got a banging episode, so stay tuned.
We've got some really good stuff. So before I look into the chat, I'll just let you know what are you playing? We have a legacy bundle now on Funstock for the VIPs. Evercade made a St. Patrick's cartridge. What would be on it? Indie Game of the Month versus Highlight of the Month. We're nearly in April now. How has Blaze done so far in 2026? And also, dear Derek, and just for the members only, I'll be posting this. Is Blaze experimenting in a good way? Keychains, twin stick shooters, etc., or losing focus? That is only for our members only. Right, so let's have a look who is in the chat. There is quite a lot. Mr. Taylor, as usual, thank you so much. He is the man. We have, who is it? Armstrong 69. We have Peter Redwin. We have Toxo. We have Peterson Brown. Saying happy St. Patrick's Day to you too. Mr. Skippins, how are you? Timothy Earnshaw. We have Sheppy. Gene Joke. Dave Evercade. Caged Thunder. Oh wait, I've got to do it Ollie's voice. Caged Thunder. The Brewski. Toxo, Morley, Gamertron. Yeah, there has been an almighty trouser accident, but mine always. We've got Crow. Hang on a minute. Did I get here for the start? Yes, because it is 9 o'clock in the UK, but the clocks have already gone back in America. They don't go back here until the end of March. So we are catching all you guys in America as well. Mossy 78, Mr. Newland Music. And who else we got here? Crypto Coffee, James Barker. Whoa, Morley Broxton's come in with 5 memberships. So guys, you'll be getting that membership only question. We've got Dubs 648. So yeah, I'm on a plane. Movie choices suck. That's amazing. Wow, where you going at the minute, mate? That's really good. Right. I could keep going through the chat all day, which I'm gonna have to now because no one else is here. But what are you playing, Derek? So Derek, what have you been playing, mate?
Well, this week I have been very fortunate that Games Attic ran a competition and I decided to enter, as you always do. And lucky for me, I've got Turrican. Oh, yes, the Turrican collection. As you know, I'm a massive Turrican fan. And yes, having it on Switch just isn't enough. It's lovely to have it there on Evercade. And I've got to say, it looks as good on the EXP as it does on the Versus console or even on the Alpha. That's really got to be explored, especially being Amiga games. I just find the joystick so much easier to control, especially with the gun that just moves around when you're stationary. Absolutely fantastic. I'm really enjoying just starting at the beginning with the first Turrican. Naturally, like everybody, I like to click in and explore a couple. I did notice a couple of oddities, I must admit. If you play, for instance, Turrican 3 as an original on an original console, and then you play it on the Evercade, I did notice sometimes there's a bit of jump lag. Not always, but sometimes in Turrican 3. So yeah, hopefully that's something they can iron out, because it's, I wouldn't say it's hard enough, but getting to the end isn't difficult. But yeah, I could just do without just that little bit of extra care and attention to the emulation. Otherwise, I'm thoroughly enjoying, obviously, the first Turrican, and I'm really looking forward to jumping into my favorite Turrican 2. So yeah, I've been having a really, really great time with Turrican, and I've got to say it's worth every penny. So if you haven't picked it up yet and you're thinking you may not like it, it's definitely for you.
No, it is bloody amazing. I think you should definitely pick it up. I really use, that's the main reason I got it. Got the alphas up there above my head. That is the main reason I picked it up, because I thought it'd be brilliant playing that on the alpha. Right, I've been playing Mega Cats Collection 1, but people who've been keeping an eye on the channel since, I have played through 7 out of the 10 games that are coming on Mega Cats Collection 3. I played them live as well. So what I just want to quickly bring up, I want to talk about them, because I would say out of the 7 I've played, 5 of them are really good, like absolute bangers, and I think we should definitely be looking at them. Also, I got hold of the guys at Mega Cat Studios because I couldn't find a code. I couldn't find anywhere Super Fanga, and tell you what, they were amazing. They sent it to me for free on the email, so I managed to play that. So I'll let you know my thoughts on that in a sec, but I'll just run through. Flap Happy. Oh my god, that was really, really hard. It's like, so you're having to time your like jumps like Flappy Bird, and then you're then having to land on each perch, and then as you land on it, it then opens up more perches for you to land on. But as soon as you touch them, if you like touch anything, instantly dead, straight back to the beginning. So yeah, that one was hard as nails. I got to about 4 levels in, and yeah, I think that's one thing you really need to sit down and take some time playing. Gunther, I haven't played that one yet. I've got it ready to play. Same as Kazoo. That's my next one I've got ready to play as well. Machine Cave is the other one I haven't. But the meeting, we did speak about the meeting. I've played that, and oh my god, I would say 9 out of 10. Unbelievable. I cannot wait for everyone to get their hands on this cart. The meeting's so good. I didn't realize we actually got sent an email back in our email boxes, and they had the meeting was on it. That's why I recognized it, the pictures of it. And the guys at Mega Cats actually inboxed us back then about it, and this was quite when it first came out. Is it Pluck? I think it's called, or Apply that one. This one here, oh, it's brilliant. It's a great little puzzler trying to work out like you can only like regenerate yourself so many times to try and get these keys, and then like you have to constantly restart and try and work out different ways of doing things, because as you get further in the game, the puzzles obviously get harder, but really, really enjoyable. I would say that's a good 7, 8 out of 10. Rocket Panda, right? This one, the control. This is the one thing I was playing it on my D-pad on my 8-bit Do controller, and hopefully the D-pad on the VS or the Evercade will do a bit more justice. But yeah, it was like really like you're having to stop him from just floating and smashing into the spikes and all things like that. But
oh my
you have
goodness,
to go around, collect them coffees, go through the middle, and get to the end. Gumball Trick or Treat Land RPG. This is brilliant. Another 9 out of 10. I think you really can sit down with a coffee, take your time, work your way through this RPG. I love it. I think it's really good. And Super Fanga looks great. I really, really wanted it to be better than what it was, and I was quite disappointed, to be honest. So far, this is like, I love the look of it. It's just the fact that you're getting chased around in this garden by these two little crows, and if they touch you, it's instant death. And you've got these bubbles around the like. It's only a small map, and you're having to try. You've got like two moves. One, you can either run fast for a little bit, and obviously you'll run out of it. You'll run out. And then the other one is like each character has something different. Like the squid will drop ink, which will slow them behind you, and you find yourself having to just run around constantly trying to get the bubbles to try and stay alive. And then it's just one touch, and if you like accidentally bang into something by accident, they're on you. Boom, they've got you straight away. So you've got a really strategic. I think one time I was showing the guys the other day on it. I went up and I literally got caught. Literally from the start, went straight up, got caught, instant dead. And I was like, oh, I completely F that one up, didn't I? But I want to bring this one up. I'm actually going to come out of this. I want to bring up some live footage of me playing, and that is Gravibots. Another, I would say, where are we? Here it is. I would say this one's another 8 or 9 out of 10. This was so good. It was like, so you're the little robot down the bottom here. You're having to try and it's like reminding me of like Lemons in a way. You're having to try and get these robots to try and you're gonna have to try and get them onto the spikes. All the red ones you're trying to obviously kill. You're trying to get rid of them, get them on spikes, get them out. But you work out pretty quick that you can go up and down all around. It's like, yeah, it just reminded me of Lemons, because once you work out the pattern, they then just start taking themselves to their own death, if you know what I mean. So you like they would do in Lemmings. But it's like trying to work, and if you press the wrong button like I did, instantly, if you press the wrong button like I did, it will instantly kill you and reset the level. But you'll find yourself like you'll work out. Let's so you pick up ones off the bottom. You can then put them in different stages and different areas, and then it can go. Look, then you're then sending them up. So now I've got to try and get to the other side of the map to try and get them to come down onto them spikes. So you find yourself running around the map trying to work out how you're going to do this. But I really, really enjoyed this. I thought this was this is so good. And once you work out the patterns, like, look, I'll stick this one in here. So now they'll just go straight to their death. So right now I can go back, get these guys and send them back up. So Gravibots was one of the ones on the cart, a sleeper on the cart for me that I wasn't expecting to be this good. And it was blood. I loved it. It's so good. The music on it's fantastic as well. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought now this one, I don't know what I've done here, but I've set these ones off. They're going nuts here at the minute. They're just going up and down on the side. But I think I was mucking around trying to move look, I was working out buttons that you can actually then start to move like the position of where it is. But yeah, this one's another great game on the cart for me. I've already obviously got it pre-ordered. I've still got to play 3 more games on the cartridge, but I'm finding so far they're good. I would say out of the 4, I would say Flappy Bird I would say was about a 6. But yeah, I would say there's a good five of these so far that are so good, like really good. So I can't wait for this cartridge to come out. I have said to the guys I will constantly try and promote this for them. I just want as many people as I can playing the Mega Cats collection free. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's like the only thing I was just a little bit disappointed with Super Fanga. I was getting chased around, but I think once you work out your patterns and you can get the bubbles more, I think you've got to get 12 to unlock, and there's only seems to be 4 levels on there. But like we were saying, I think for this cartridge, so just that game alone, if you bought the physical version of it, you're looking at, like, for the Super Nintendo, you are looking at about 30 to 40 pounds, and you think you're paying like £20 for the cart with a load of games on it. So exactly. You know what I mean? That is very good value. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna stop talking rubbish and go on to the next one. But I'll just have a look in there, quickly catch up with the chat, see if there's anything in there. Someone out there, Dubs is loving Turrican, only played Super back in the day. If anyone is a football fan, soccer in the US, I'm afraid FIFA volunteer. Oh, as a volunteer, that's very good. Oh wow, you guys are still on. I'm here for the end. That's good. So yeah. Right. Let's get over to this legacy bundle that has just
Ooh.
dropped literally minutes ago. Oh, well, about an hour ago before we went live. I'll bring up. Well, I can bring it up here. People I know. So yeah, wrong one. Legacy VIP bundle has arrived. Once they're gone, they're gone. You can get 3 carts for £59.97p. What's the? I think that's probably about 60. Was that about $6.75, $70 US? I don't know what the conversion is at the minute, but they did say on there that VIP that there would be legacy stuff coming. And if you go over to the website, which I'll do right this second here, you have these are the ones that are up for display. So you can get Ryan Andrews' favorite collection here, the Ryan Andrews bundle. I think we should call this in television 1 and 2, and IRM Arcade 1. Or you can buy them separately for £20 each. But then also, they've still got a few of them Sydney Hunters hanging around, which and Pico collection too. I don't know if anyone else is having this problem. I am already a member, a VIP member, so maybe they've already sold out. But whenever I click on them, it was telling me that the I'm not a member, they wouldn't let me in. So
What?
yeah, even though it says I'm a member, but I think it's working. Is it working? Boom, it's worked this time. Right. So yeah,
There you
maybe
go.
it was crashing under all the pressure of everyone coming for these legacy carts. But the Ryan Andrews bundle here in
There you
television
go.
collection 1, in television collection 2, and Iron for £60. So yeah, Derek, what are your thoughts on the Ryan Andrews bundle?
I'd imagine most people have already got these cartridges. There may be a select few. These are widely available from other retailers, don't forget. So it's not just here that you can purchase them. And if they suddenly did sell out, then don't panic. As I say, I have got some other versions of these at home that I could perhaps do a bundle for the Hangout. Obviously, IREM speaks for itself. It's got the fantastic R-Type on. That, for me, is worth its weight in gold just to play that game. Obviously, then, 2 televisions, even a bit before my time, if I'm honest. There's a few interesting ones to play, though, like Cloudy Mountain. I did thoroughly enjoy that, but then I like little dungeon crawlers. For 60 quid, no, I wouldn't say so. I would have said they should have done this for about £50. And I think that, that's a good price point. And I think, a few people that haven't got it will jump in. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to say there's something for everyone, but unless you're into shooters or very early on video games, which can be difficult just to start the game, let alone actually play them. I don't really see there's a massive amount of appeal there. I obviously own all 3. I mean, if Intellivision taught me anything when I bought the cartridges, I probably don't like Intellivision. As I say, there's a few games on there which did grab my attention, so don't let that put you off. The few that did grab my attention were actually good fun. And as I say, the IREM collection, definitely, you need this in your Evercade collection, especially if you've got an Evercade Alpha. As soon as that R-Type music plays, it's just absolutely magic. So, for a first collection from Blaze, the trouble is they sort of worded it a bit badly. I think people at home, when they first saw it, probably thought it was things like the Namco carts were going to get redone or the Technos one. And unfortunately, that isn't the case. It is only going to be ones which are going legacy, like from this point on kind of thing. So, and as I say, in that case, most people will hopefully already have it. But if not, and you are an early adopter, you have only just come to the Evercade, then now's a perfect chance to snap these up before they go up. That's the only trouble. So, I hope this side of the website, a lot of scalpers perhaps don't even really know much about or even bother to check, and then that way it will give the community a fair chance to jump in and grab some of those missing carts, like Sydney Hunter and things like that. But I suppose you could say it's a good start from Blaze. It's something from Blaze anyway. But yeah, I just think that sweet point would have been £50 as a something special for the community and for being a member would have been nice.
Yeah.
But as you said, a lot of games, and you get a lot of games for your money there. You showed just how many you got there within television. So yeah, two collections. What have you probably got? 30 games? Probably not far off that. So
yeah, I feel it's another miss. I think it's another swing and a miss. I think like you said, at least there is something like. At least they are finally giving us some sort of VIP. Guys in America, if you are watching, can you please? I don't know if I can't go on a bit. Can you go and check and see if this is on? Is this on Funstock USA as well? Is this only in the UK, like Europe side? I'm not sure. It should be the same, shouldn't it? I haven't had a chance to check, to be honest, but it'd be interesting if you guys can let me know. But yeah, when you look at, obviously this is the Hangouts Evercade podcast, and when you look at what Toxo put in there was a lot of comments of rip off when these were all £14.99 at one point. Utter nonsense. Where are the cartridges that we actually want that you cannot buy anymore, along the ones we should be able to buy we can't find anywhere, like Neo Geo 1 and Roadcraft. Nothing to see here. Same combo is easily available in CEX for 48 quid and includes a 5-year warranty. I thought yeah, which that's from I can't say I'm not allowed, but yeah, once they're gone, they're gone, except in all other retailers where they're still available. So yeah, I just I think it is a miss. I think if you could have really, if we could have got the ones that we really wanted, then start it off with there. But they've got to try and get rid of these at some point. Oh yeah, cheers, Crow. Yes, it is on Funstock US. And it is $89.97. Wow.
Wow.
That is a lot of money compared to what we're paying. So we can't complain, guys. If you're in the UK, you shut the hell up, mate, if you're paying like these $89 dollars. But yeah, I don't know. I just this Intelli sandwich of Ryan Andrews' collection. I don't feel I personally, only one I have out of these is Irem, and that's a good reason for that. I don't have either of the Intellivision collections. They're before my time and weren't they're not my kind of cup of tea. Like you said, you do get a lot of games with them, but and people like from that era, like are quite interested. And like you said, if they are new to Evercade, this is mainly for them. It's not for us guys that have been around since they were £15, $14.99, when they're a bit more, should we say, pocket money price. But as the world, everything's going up, isn't it, at the minute? So yeah, it's a hard pass for me. It'd be interesting to see how well it does from the way the website's loading. I think it is quite busy on there because it's not loading very well for me for some reason. Let's just see what people in the chat are saying. Astro Smash and Nightcrawler sent bad. I just need to add John Hancock Box Throwing World Championship single edition cartridge to this to make the Ultimate Legacy bundle. I figure this is what we'll get for Legacy. Yeah, so did I, Morley. It's hard to see the point of this Legacy VIP wall at the moment. In the US, we call pence cents. Oh yeah, sorry, mate. I have been to America. It's been a long time. That makes sense because yeah, that's one thing my American friends couldn't understand when they came over here. The fact is, all their change, they could still go out and get pissed on it because they had about 50 quid's worth of it. Whereas change and cents and dimes and all that, they just end up just throwing in jars and stuff out of the way. But yeah, it only matters something like Roadcraft DX went Legacy, was only available on Funstock. At the moment, there's nothing in there. Yeah, Blunners, you can always borrow my Intellivision too. Could use it as a.
There we are.
So yeah,
you got to put it for your letterbox.
But yeah, let's just stop sharing on here and come back a minute. These Legacy carts available for VIP members only. Buy these Legacy carts in this one bundle before they're all gone. Do you know what I mean? I'll just quickly go back, and then the Sydney Hunter collection, which, if you remember, they've done this tour around Ireland, and they seem to still be in every shop. Every shop seemed to every one had a Sydney Hunter in there. So
Yeah.
I think him. I think he'll be the last one left in here. I think they'll all be sold out, and it'll just be Sydney on his own. Pico Collection 2. That's not a bad cart, but yeah, VIP membership has gone down a storm, should we say?
Yeah, there you go. Honestly, people are actually dropping money to Funstock to not post them to them. So yeah.
So right, our next part, as it is St. Patrick's Day, I think I should actually just crack this open. I still got another one to drink. Yes. If Evercade made a St. Patrick's Day cartridge, what games would be on it? So if they brought out an Irish developer, an Irish themed cart, what games would you like to see on there? Guys in the comments, we need your help on this. But I'd love to. There's one game I've quickly just found because there is a Steam sale going on that is just for Irish developer games, and it is this game called Coco's Revenge. I love the look of this. It reminds me kind of the same as Murtop, but I'm just going to play it while we talk. So I like the look of it. The way you spin stuff around, look, the pixel graphics reminds me of Murtop trying to get to that key. So yeah, I would love something like this on Evercade. And I think that'd be great to be on like an Irish, as it is an Irish developed game. So yeah, it'd be interesting. What other games could we have on there? Derek, what would you like to see?
Well, as we were just talking about the Intellivision, we'll take ourselves back to about 1982, and there was a game in the arcade called Pot of Gold, and basically you played a sleuth attempting to collect gold in a forest whilst avoiding or being chased by leprechauns. So yeah, that might be one people remember at home. Also in 1984 there was a game called King's Quest, and basically this adventure game, you were once again there was lots of mischievous characters like Irish leprechauns. So yeah, again, that might be an interesting one that people have forgotten or don't know about. So that could be a couple there. But yeah, I mean,
Namco, I guess they had an Irish factory at one point. Well, anything that was on Apple since the monitor, they had a green tint to it.
There you go.
Yeah. That game looks sick, runners. Yeah, Gametron, go and check it out. Loved King's Quest and all them games of that genre. Cole, yeah, we need some help. What Irish themed games could we have on an Evercade cart? What's the drinking one again? On the NES. Is it
oh
Topper?
yeah,
No.
Tapper.
Tapper. Tapper. Yeah, well, Tapper would be a good one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, you got to have a few drinking ones on there. So
definitely. So yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Like you said, yeah, Tapper. Tapper would be a brilliant one. Brotato. Oh,
Brotato.
That would be brilliant. Lucky Stars. Oh, mate.
Yes.
Mate, I think we've already got this card nailed down, haven't we? Tapper, Brotato.
Honestly, that's amazing.
So yeah, I just wanted to chuck something Irish themed in just for the St. Patrick's Day. Right, we are in. Well, it's been something's got to be coming. We need to have some sort of news on what is. Are we getting highlight of the month too? Are we going to be getting indie game of the month? So, indie game of the month versus highlight of the month. What would you guys want to have and why? So, Derek, what would you want to have and why? Guys in the chat, let me know. What would you want to have?
Right. Well, I guess these things, until they happen, you never really realize. Now, when we had Indie Game of the Month, every single month I updated my Evercade systems, whether that was the Versus, the EXP, well, both EXPs and my Evercade Versus, to that indie game of the month, and I really look forward to it. Even if it wasn't one that particularly gripped me, I still played it. I still wanted to update it. Then along came highlight of the month. The first one hit, which was a big favorite of mine, Midnight Resistance. So obviously I updated and I did play through Midnight Resistance. But after that, game after game, obviously I already had them. Now I appreciate this is helpful to new people coming into the ecosystem. But for myself personally, I probably haven't updated my Evercade in probably 8 months. So that in itself should show you that highlight of the month generally for the overall community wasn't a success. And what I want is for Blaze to look at this format, because there's so many fantastic indie games. There's so many different roads you can go down with that idea, even to the point where you could put out different indie games and then let people vote. They could vote on your website, say which ones they enjoyed or which ones they didn't, and then they amalgamate it and put those onto a collection. It's sort of taking the indie heroes to the next level and putting the control in the hands of the community. And that is something I really do feel passionately about. And there's so many fantastic indie developers. Everybody knows John Rue, who obviously bought us Quest Arrest, among many others, on the Evercade. Now, recently, he's done a fantastic Metroidvania called Analog. And this is, this is beyond this NES. It's actually got control systems within it that's never been done on the console
What's
before.
it called? Analog.
Yeah, and it's done in one of my favorites, which is black and white. And I mean, I love games like Astronaut, or what's the one with the cat in? Gotto Roboto. Yeah. These games are done fantastically in black and white. And once again, he's captured it with just a shade of red. Now, it's games like this you could bring to the Evercade, decent Metroidvanias with new twists we've never explored. As I say, this is an NES game, so it's not a difficult thing to do. It's literally put it on an emulator, put it on a cartridge and get it out. It's no harder than what I've just said. Now, the great thing with that is you could put it out to the community. And just because I say it's a good game doesn't mean it is. You guys would play it and then you would vote on the website. If you think it is, then it goes on a cartridge. These guys aren't backing away. People like John Rue, he's proud of what he does, and so he should be. It's a fantastic game. And, it would also up the game of the indie games, because sometimes I do feel it's a little bit padded out with some shovelware. I'm not going to shy away from that. But by putting it in the hands of the community, that might sort of take that away a little bit and make sure we don't get the games that we don't want. So, for me, indie game of the month, definitely. It has to be end of March, April. Blaze need to re-explode, and this time with something massive. Do you remember the time we all got Donut Dodo? Yeah.
Oh, mate, so good.
Exactly. Yeah, that was an outstanding way to kick off those indie game of the months. So let's hope Blaze have got something up their sleeves, something to ignite us, because so far this year we've had a boring January, then a landslide of announcements, then absolute silence from Blaze Entertainment, which I don't think does the community any good. They want that information. They could have eaten that over January, February, and then by then you're going to explode right away with that indie game of the month. Amazing. So yeah, Blaze Entertainment's watching right now. Absolutely quash that highlight of the month. Do it now. Press delete and get rid of it. Yeah, let's get those indie games on Evercade, because that is what we're passionate about.
100%. I don't even need to answer this question because everyone knows I've been doing this. I'm gonna bring it up now. I'm on, what am I on, episode 7? If you check out a channel, I've been doing indie games I want to bring to Evercade, and I found some absolute bangers. So this is the one that I've just dropped. This is Mina and the Howlers. It's the same people.
That's cracking.
Shovel Knight. It looks unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? Look at this. This should easily be able to run on an Evercade. What else have I got on here? I'll go quickly to the next one. It is this one called Cosmic Hero 2. This one looks really good as well. It's like you're you're flying through, have to work out the puzzles to get through to the next world. Next one's called Sherwood. It's a C64 game.
Yeah, and this is fantastic.
Yeah, like here, look. So you have to work out. You have to shoot the arrows, shoot the lights. Yeah, look, I'll show it on here. So look, the arrows bounce off the walls and stuff. Take this book to Robin, and yeah, you're having to like climb around, use your arrows to shoot the lights. It then opens up. It then opens up more parts on the platform that you're trying to jump to. So, that's a fantastic game. Show it, and then this one, this last one I found is what's it called? It's called like Icarus or something. And yeah, this is it working yet? It looks unbelievable.
Oh
This is the kind of stuff.
this one. Yeah, I remember
This
it
is
now.
the kind of stuff we want. This is all stuff off itch.io. This is where they nick all the games for indie, the game of the month. These games are on there, man. They just need to be brought over. Look how good this looks. So
Look at that. I mean, that is stunning.
So yeah, get over on the channel, check out. I'm always finding these absolute indie bangers, and this is the side like Crow's put on it. My default game would be answer a robot fight. I wouldn't care if it was a single game cart release. I've just done a poll in the channel as well. It says on here, and 96%, that is 96% of the votes want indie. They're not interested in highlight of the month. 96% in here want indie. I want to know who the 1% is, mate, or the 4%. Let me see him.
It's
So,
probably Ryan, because he wants in television
gotta
free.
be Ryan. He wants that in television free, yeah. So both indie and game of the month, no cuts came out. Highlight of the month, there's a cut, really, yeah. Mega Cat, Morph Cat would be great. I much prefer game of the month over highlight of the month. Same reasons as you are, Top and Hat saying. Midnight Resistance, a sequel to Gorilla. Either that or just demos. Many indos, mate. They all have demos available. Demos is a great idea. If we are not getting as many indie games this year, could they go up showcase some indies that are coming in 2027? Yeah, should they show us if they've got more stuff coming in 27? Console ports of arcane games already on Evercade. Black and white is cool. So yeah, so I do think oh wait, hang on, I've just got here Dave Newland has given us £10 for Blunders and Sir Top and Hat's next drink. Great stuff as always, guys. Thank you, David. That is so kind of you. That Mina game deserves a single cart. It does, mate. That would be unbelievable. So yeah, I feel debug retro vote cart. And good evening, Adam. So yeah, I really do. Like we've said it on many cart. I just feel if you could get like a game developer cart, or like, you know, like you got like Mario Maker. Do you know what I mean? Like you're like back in the day, you used to code your own games, like some sort of Evercade game coder that had like stuff on. You could create your own games, and then they would then be up and voted for. So the best actually get added to the cart at the end of the year. Something like that would be absolutely amazing. And like I say, some of them indie games I've found, I just feel this is the kind of stuff they need on there. But we're down to 92% in the vote, so 8% have voted against it. So yeah, I just feel highlight of the month is wasted. It's not needed for I feel indie game of the month, like you said, it was so good because you didn't know what was coming down the pipeline until you had to then update your Evercade, and then boom, right, okay, brand new game, know nothing about this. I think the funniest one we were saying about is old Stone Cold Jane Austen. We were like, right, what's this like? And yeah, I didn't mind that in the end, that Jane Austen game. But yeah, I do really think we do really need like the indies back, man. We really do. Like that's why I'm so loving the fact of this Mega Cat collection free.
Yeah.
I think I came out and said this is my indie heroes. This is my new indie heroes cut for this year, as we're not getting one. I just think it's an opportunity missed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even if they did a little thing each month which showed a cassette or a cartridge, like you used to get on the front of a cover magazine, and it was just packed with like 4 or 5 demos, and you could try
Yeah.
them, and then you could vote out of those 4 or 5. Once you've played them and you've seen what you like, you could vote out of them and things like that. And each month, I tell you what, like a cover tape on a magazine, you'd be thrilled. I used to be so excited each month to go up to the newsagents and get a magazine and see what was on that cover tape. So Blaze could have a really good thing going. So hopefully.
This is a good one. Highlight of the month would be better if it was an upcoming content, e.g., Metal Slug 4 or Rocket Panda. That's a great idea.
And that's a great idea for plugging.
Do you imagine that? Because exactly, say it was like Rocket Panda, because we've got 2 months to wait, yeah? So if it was a game from each of those carts that was coming out, and then, if you like this, jump on the cart. Here's the pre-order link. That would make more sense to me. So yeah, that's a really good idea there, Toxo. Like you said, if it was a game from a cart that's coming out, but the thing is, they'd have had to announce it by then. So say like they've already announced these 2 carts that are coming in April, and you'd get one of the games in February, one of the games in March from each of the carts. There's the link to go and buy it if you want to buy it. That's a great idea.
And the reason being is, it's like tonight, we've talked a bit about Mega Cats that's coming, but some people might still be undecided. So a game like that coming to you gives you a chance to give it a go. I think actually that robot game's amazing. I think I'm going to pick the cartridge up. Whereas somebody like myself, who's kind of Neo Geo'd out, if it was Neo Geo 4, I might just load it up and give it a go anyway. And I might find that actually I'm really, really enjoying it. And that way I want to pick the cartridge up. So yeah, that could help sales a lot better than just showing me, some cartridges that I've already got. I don't think that really does a lot.
No, like you said, I do feel that's a great way to go, Toxo. Guys, if you are listening or watching, take notes. Right, we're nearly in April. So how has Blaze done so far for you, Derek, in 2026? How are you finding Blaze's 2026 so far, mate?
I would have found it a lot better if early January they launched their timeline. Then slowly filtered out things like the wireless joypad. Then they dropped a cartridge start of February. Middle of February, they dropped another cartridge. Then obviously you got your pre-orders for the end of February. So now obviously I would have already dropped one of the other cartridges that's coming, either the arcade or the red one. Or perhaps I would have dropped the other hardware, whichever they're going to do first. And then towards the end of March, I would have dropped the next one. And then obviously the very last one, I would have dropped the beginning of April, because obviously, you want to keep the excitement rolling. What I don't want to see is a dead January like we had. Then all of a sudden, let's just shove it all at once. And, how's that helped? Suddenly we end up with an episode with loads to talk about. And then obviously now, once again, it's dried up. And that's why really, if they're going to hit anything at the end of this month, they need to hit something big like Indie Game of the Month. And then they need to explode and make sure those cartridges are really, really red hot that are coming. Because unfortunately, from what I'm experiencing over on X and on Blue Sky, is that people are, I don't want to use the term getting bored, but they're moving off to other platforms where they can get their fix. Yeah. And I want them to get it with their fix with Blaze. So that's why it's so very, very important. It's not that they're not delivering the cartridges. Don't get me wrong. As I say, Turrican, very strong cartridge. That Mega Cat's very strong cartridge. But obviously it does take so long to get them out to consumers that they need to keep the interest in the meantime. And that's just something I'm very concerned about. And as I say, I have seen some of the community dropping off, and I don't want that. So, it's very, very important that Blaze, really double down on this, because they could have had a really great, strong start to 2026. As I say, if they'd eked it out a little bit and built suspense for each one, or perhaps even done a little showcase. That wouldn't have hurt either. Drop that in January. It would have caused a load of excitement and people would have been talking about it in a positive way online. Whereas by chucking it all out practically day one, they seem to get a very big negative backlash with Banjo-Kazooie on the the
Taito.
Super Pocket, yeah, which didn't really help. Mega Cat seemed to get lost in the, you know, in the
it's
chat,
good, mate.
and very, very few people are on about Activision too. So yeah, I don't think that helped any of it. The joypad obviously only it did build speculation, but obviously you've got one side obviously thinking it's all going to be FPS, and the other side thinking it's all going to be sort of N64 3D style games. So but even then, as I say, since those announcements, Blaze's amount of likes per tweet have gone down dramatically compared to that sort of announcement day, and sort of remain down at the moment. So obviously, if they'd have eked it out a bit, they would have kept engagement with the community, and I think that really does help. So yeah, for me, 2026 is still. I think it's still to be announced, really. I think it's still to get off the ground. I haven't seen anything that's bowled me over yet, and that's what I want. As I say, Mega Cats is very good, but I'm looking for great. And I know it's out there, as I said. As I say, John Rue's analog is fantastic. So I'm looking for great, and that's what I want. I want Blaze to put the great into Evercade, and yeah, I think it can still be done. As I say, we've still got the Doom
great again.
yeah, make Evercade great again, basically, from 2023 when we hit with those Duke Nukem 1 and 2s remasters. You can make it great again, but you've got to work at it, and you've got to stick at it. Yeah, you can't afford to sit back on your laurels and think, do you know what? I think we've got this done. No, that's not how the video games business works. People aren't interested in what you've done. They're interested in what you're doing right now. And that is, I saw the other day a French company, they tweeted out the little Dreamcast logo of it bouncing along. Yeah. And instantly I was getting inboxes from people. Oh, is it a new mini console? Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. Turned out they'd only bought some Dreamcast games. But I'll tell you what, their followers went up and a lot of interest in what they were doing, look. So it's all about generating that interest, and Blaze can do it, as I say, by knocking out an indie game each month, or a demo each month, or a game from an upcoming cartridge each month. It gets people talking, it gets people engaging, and that's really what we need. As I say, it's all right saying Doom's coming to the Evercade. We'll talk about it at the end of the year. Oh, cheers for that. Why even bother telling me? Yeah? Why not tell us half the games now? Half the games the end of the year, yeah, or something like that. Give us a bit of something to go with it. Why not? What do you want to do? Like, here's Banjo-Kazooie on a Super Pocket. Well, we might stick it on a cartridge the end of the year. Well, yeah. Cheers for that. Then do I get a free bag of Cheetos with it as well? I mean, for goodness sake, Norman, calm down. They really do need to get their act together. For goodness sake. I just can't get it. So
I think 2026 so far for Blaze has been badly fumbled. That's what I would say. I think it's been badly fumbled. Like you're saying, there's some great stuff, but they fucked it up where they put it all out in once. It all got dropped. Yeah. For me, as Niles put here, releasing all that news the same day as Turok and Titan's release day, bearing in mind. So this is the release day. I'm picking up Turok, yet everything is getting leaked behind me. You just think, and yes, that's out of their control. Could have been, but like you said, if these had been scheduled, because we've got, you've got places like what is it, Castlemania Games coming up with stuff like this. Kart 22 is going to be a purple, and then a Kart 52. So why are they getting, why are they allowed to bring this stuff out? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why is that not official? Why is that not officially coming out first, and then they can do whatever they want with this? But at the minute, Evecade are like a step behind everyone else. It's just, I just don't get it.
Yeah, that's how it feels, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really weird. Don't get me wrong. Look, controller, look stuff. It looks great. I can't wait to try it and see what it's like. But we've had everything drop in one hit, and now we're kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, right, well, what do we do now then, guys? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we're waiting for something. And it's just not good if you're a company that wants to make money. You've got carts that you can't buy, Roadcraft, Neo Geos. Do you know what I mean? They're all out of stock everywhere.
Yeah.
It just seems a bit, I don't know, it's weird. It just seems a bit backward. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm glad of the, like you said, Turrican, great cart. Mega Cats, great cart. So I'm glad that this stuff's coming out. But I just feel if we had like been either shown what was coming or drip fed it just to show what was like, do you know what I mean? You just need some sort of, it's they've just dropped, everything's been dropped in one hit. I know it might have been, it's not their fault because it was all leaked, but it's all been dropped in one hit. And now you're kind of like, right, well, now it's just like the waiting game kind of thing. Now we just got to, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like you said, like what, like on X. I bet you, like, you getting any news? You getting anyone contacting you about Evercade stuff at the minute? Because obviously all the news was 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. Yeah. And all I've had one message today from a Spanish Twitter follower who was asking me, is there any announcements soon? Yeah. Because it's kind of come to pass. And if those 2 cartridges weren't for you, that's just been announced, or the Super Pocket, which I get. If they're not, they're not. You know, you are looking to the next thing. So, yeah, it's very important, as I say. If Blaze had scheduled it and got it out, as I say, sort of January, February, you know, you'd have less leaks. You know, they've got more leaks than the Titanic, for goodness sake. You know, it's just getting silly. And the trouble is, it looks unprofessional. And it makes me look unprofessional, and it doesn't help, does it? You know, you know, I want them to look like a serious video games company that's doing something. And as I say, you know, very rarely, I mean, you see 8 million YouTubers who always claim they've got Nintendo leaks, but I mean, how many times does that ever come to pass? Never, does it? Eh? Oh, I've seen Witcher 7. Do you know what I mean? All this nonsense. I mean, come on, calm down. But you know, with Blaze Entertainment, there's a good chance if you see somebody, they probably have seen it pop up on a Romanian website or a Spanish website or, you know, New Zealand website or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, I know Blaze is trying to clamp down on it, but the easiest way is rather than keep too many secrets, is get them out. Then that way, it doesn't matter who says what, because the truth's already out there. But I mean, the last thing you want to be is like we were with Mega Cats 3, where everybody had discussed it all morning on the Facebook pages and on the Twitter and on Blue Sky. And then by the time Blaze like put it out, is old at. Yeah, everybody looked at it. They watched all the videos on YouTube of it, get people playing the games and all that. So they kind of moved on. And what you want to make sure is that when you announce it, you're the center of attention. Yeah. So a bit like, you know, when Nintendo launched the Switch 2, yeah, it was very important that, you know, they got that information out first. And Blaze has just got to try and think that way, really. It's so important that they get that information out first. So, yeah, hopefully that's...
I mean, we need another
exactly.
showcase.
That would reignite things. Wouldn't that reignite things? Do us another showcase where there's going to be a bit of indie remaster. Give a little good tease beforehand, a bit of indie remaster, some arcade, some blue cartridges for home computer, you know, and some red cartridges coming, you know, and perhaps something at the end, which just gives us, like you showed. Yeah, it would be absolutely amazing.
But like get people from the community to announce it. So like you're saying, Crazy Burger announce something, we get ones. The guys, Evecade Effect, they get one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
could you have, what would that be like? Give it out to your community to actually get involved and try and help promote it for you. I just, it's
I think that would really work.
Do you know what I mean? I like the showcase was so good. The fact that like it was just like boom, boom, there was so much stuff coming out. Everyone that was hyped for it, it was great, and it wasn't all just dropped on one release date. Do you know what I mean? We actually knew it was coming. Meant to get there for the certain time to watch it. I think we live streamed it on here as well. So we were like instant reaction. And then we went straight into our podcast afterwards so we could talk straight about it. So
and that helps keep the excitement
going. Yeah, and that's all we need. We need some excitement. Get this show on the road, as I say. Right. it's come to that time to get your questions in for dear Derek. I'll get some questions in. I have some starred already, so I will roll the VT.
Do you have a question? Well, now's your chance. It's time to ask Derek.
Right, it is that time of the show. We have the Oracle himself, Derek, next to us. So I have at the minute. Well, actually, only got one at the minute. I've only got one question at the minute. So, guys, get your questions in. This one's from Toxo. Dear Derek and Blunners, is it just me, or has the SNK Neo Geo gone quiet in the second year of their contact? Well, Ed made a video, didn't he? I think Ed made a video on this today, saying like, where the hell is all the Neo Geo stuff? You signed like this deal with them. We're now 4 months, coming up to 4 months into the year, and we don't know if there's any more Neo Geo coming yet, which there's got to be. But yeah, where is it?
Well, there you go. The thing is, the end of last year was pretty Neo Geo heavy. There's one complaint from the Evercade community. So even though they love Neo Geo, obviously you ended up with those two cartridges back to back, and you had that Super Pocket and all that. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, is something Blaze is probably looking at. So obviously you'll get a Neo Geo cartridge, and in another, couple of months, obviously you perhaps get another one kind of thing, to kind of spread it out. The same as if it's linked to any hardware. I think a large amount of people are kind of Neo Geoed out, or perhaps it's rubbed off a little bit. That's obviously the risk you run if you do a 2-year contract. You'll find out how interested people are in Neo Geo in the next wave, really, more than in the first wave, when like I picked up in television, but I wouldn't pick up in television 3. So it's very interesting to see, how the second wave will play out. But
because it's sold out. You can't get it anywhere. So
absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So to me, that means, oh shit, we didn't make enough, or we weren't expecting it to be this good. So yeah, like it's done well, because we can't actually just go on to Funstock and buy it. You can't go anywhere and buy it. So it's obviously done good for them. Like you said, it would have been so much better if we had these 3 carts, but had them one beginning of the year, one in the middle, and one at the end. Just spread it out.
Yeah,
job done.
Exactly. Yeah, I would have dropped one, say the end of, like now.
I would have got rid of the broken sword one, because it was broken, wasn't it? Get rid of the broken sword one, fix that in the background. Boom, there's Neo Geo Arcade 1. How'd you like them apples? Then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's how they should do it. Well,
yeah, and this year,
Derek,
you're
on a desert island. You're on a desert island. What cart are you taking? Don't worry about electricity.
Well, if I could take one cartridge to the desert island, I would probably take Cathedral and Aura's Awakening, I would imagine. It's always a favorite of mine. I'm such a big ambassador for those games. They're two magnificently fantastic Metroidvanias to play on the Evercade. So yeah, that for me would be an absolute must.
Oof, I'm trying to think what cart I would take.
I almost took Turrican, but
yeah, mine would be either Indie Heroes 1 or Roadcraft. But with Indie, and then try and do it as a bloody wizard. I just can't do it, mate. Ass kicked all the time. Right, dear Derek, what's your prediction for the blue carts of 2026?
Oh, well, we're going to go with my old favorite here again, System 3. If you know, the limited edition's obviously available now on Nintendo Switch, with obviously the last Ninja games on, etc. So yeah, I really, really, really desperately want to see System 3 arrive on the Evercade. So yeah, I think this year is perhaps our only opportunity to bag this now with them. So yeah, fingers crossed for System 3, because that would be an absolute must. If I had to pick a blue cart and make it an indie cart, then I would pick Bit Beam Cannon. Remember that name, Bit Beam Cannon. All right, I keep on about it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they make fantastic Amiga games, and yeah, absolutely, we need their. They've got some brilliant shooters. They've got some brilliant sort of Metroidvania style games. They've got all sorts of brilliant Amiga games. So yeah, we want those, and we want them now.
Wow, yeah, you saying that? I've literally just quickly typed it in, and they do look very, very good.
And I know them. I know the team there. I've been speaking to them for about the last 4 years. So yeah,
it.
that's what we
Come in.
want. We want the
It's
goodness.
all hook, line, and sinker, mate. It's all done and dusted behind the scenes. Derek knows them. Just seen this one on here. If you're in the UK, apparently Argos has Neo Geo 2 and 3. Wow, if it does,
Oh,
get over
there we
there,
are then.
guys. If you're in the UK,
Get there now.
3. Yeah, right. From Ginger, I've done that one. This one here. Dear Derek, you think a generic alpha would eventually become available without any games? Like an alpha verse, an alpha R minus R or something.
Yeah, I do. I think that's something Blaze will look at. If you look at the current formats of the EXPR, where you can pick a cartridge, I don't think it'd be too much of a stretch to say that we might get an alpha. I have to say, they've done something like a Neo Geo or a Namco alpha in the future. Yeah, I think we will see something like that. And yeah, that would probably fit in aesthetically in my games room, probably better than my Mega Man one does, actually, as I don't have a lot of Mega Man stuff.
Me and Nama got one for Ryan here in Intellivision Alpha, right up his street.
Oh, yeah, he's going to snap that up now.
So yeah, I think like you're saying, if you got a minus R or whatever they call it, an R, an alpha and R, this is what I wanted. An alpha R, bit less money, and guess what? You can then go to town with like how you want to design it. I'd completely customize how it looks. Like I mean, even if you made it like the old school style, but they're like they've gone away from the white, and red. They've gone to this grey and color, so it'd probably be that color. I think I would then actually use my stickers that are in me in my cases. I'd probably just put all my stickers over my cases just so it'd be something different. But yeah, definitely that's what I wanted, because just in case you're having to pay extra for these games that you're not really interested in, you just want to play your cartridges on it. Right, dear Derek, the Oliver Twins collection was done with proceeds going to charity. Oh yeah, I actually spoke and met them a couple of weeks back at Bristol 2 weeks ago. They're so great, mate. They stayed on 2 hours extra to sign everyone's stuff. If you had an Evercade cart, they would sign it for you. Everything. They were great. We have not done a limited rerun or a new home computer Dizzy collection for charity. So why have they not done a time limited rerun or yet a new home computer Dizzy collection?
That for me would be an absolute masterpiece. A blue cartridge of the Oliver Twins original home computer games, the Spectrum, the C64, the Amstrad CPC 464. Chuck on a couple of Amiga versions actually, because they were also very good. So yeah, I would love to see that, and especially done for charity. I mean, last time round, when the Evercade wasn't really that big, we sold about 12,000 copies, something like that. A lot of money went to charity. It did a lot of good, and yeah, I think it's high time we did I think pretty sure that would have to be a deal with the Oliver Twins. That again, the money went to charity, and I don't see why not. Blaze is now a multi-million-pound corporation. You can afford to give back, so it's a good thing to give back and to show your community you're doing so. So yeah, if I could, I would have that cartridge this year. Absolutely. A bit of Magic Land Dizzy on the C64. That theme tune still runs through my head. We need some. If you look at Quick Snacks Dizzy, the C64 had a different version to what the Amiga had, for instance. So it might be interesting to get the C64 version on there, and perhaps get some Bubble Dizzy on there. And yeah, I think it would be an absolutely cracking idea, and I'm sure everyone would support it. Back when this was done originally with the Dizzy collection, I knew a lot of people, well over 100 people, that purchased that Dizzy collection that didn't ever own an Evercade, but they bought it to support it in the video games community. So yeah, for me, yeah, I would love to see this. It'd be a fantastic thing.
Got here, dear Derek, what's the latest on being able to update Super Pockets via an Apple Mac or use Apple M series chipset? Blaze have gone all quiet on this.
Yeah, I mean, they've kept promising this, to be honest, and yeah, it hasn't materialized. I really can't see why it's giving them so many problems. It might be something they've put on the back burner at the moment. But yeah, I think it's a discussion Blaze should be able to have with the community. And if they are struggling or having problems, then if they say so, it just opens it up and just
Yeah.
shows that you are trying. I know people within the community that have managed to do it. So, if they speak to the right people, they might be prepared to help them. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's something, they should just, it's not a difficult conversation, but I think it's just one that's very important to be transparent about, because there are a large amount of our community that rely on it to do that sort of thing. And yeah, it wouldn't hurt for them to just give us a little update.
Yeah, definitely. I feel stuff like that, it shouldn't just be swept under the rug. A lot of people have Apple computers, and that's I know Ollie has one. So yeah, he at the minute he can't update or do anything on it. It's just a bit weird, isn't it? Really. They said
Yeah,
they've gone quite.
definitely.
Say, look, you're trying to work on it, or we can't
Mm,
get it working. Here's the open source. Someone help us. Do you know what I mean? Someone might be able to do it for them.
yeah,
So, you
exactly.
know what I mean? Right, Derek, do you think Blaze will release an Activision Super Pocket? I think you're bang on, mate, to be honest.
There we are. Well, obviously, we know there's an Activision 3 coming. You've all
Mm.
been hopefully delighted by Activision 2. So, yeah, there'll be an Activision 3 coming. Do I think they'll do a Super Pocket? It's likely, I suppose. I'd like to think there's demand there, same as they did the Atari Super Pocket. So, yeah, it could be something that's planned down the line. Just a case of wait and see, really. But I'm sure they'll take the sales of the next two cartridges into account, hopefully, before just jumping in, and that might give them some indication of how popular that might be.
Yeah, because like normally they do it the other way, don't they? Like they
Yeah.
have done with the Taito and all that. They bring the Super Pocket out first, and then they slowly start taking games off there and bringing them onto the carts.
Yeah.
So this would be the other way around, that they've got the carts and then bring them onto a Super Pocket. Might
Yeah,
have more
unless of
chance
course
them
they
going on
save
Yeah.
save the better Activision ones and put them on the Super Pocket, and then you'll definitely jump in.
Yeah. Oh, well, I know what you want, Gene. You want one of them keychains, mate. Right up your street.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. An Activision keychain for Gene. That's what he wants. Dear Derek, do your Jedi powers sense any native games on the horizon?
Oh dear. A remaster, I think, would be definitely be within the grasp of this year, and I'm hoping it's definitely planned to drop. But yeah, native games, unless there's something on an indie collection, no, not at the moment. But you never know, as I say. So yeah, keep your
Never
fingers
say
crossed.
never. That's what Sean says all the time.
No,
doesn't he?
never say never.
And I've got one here from Gamatron. How about an Indie Heroes Alpha?
Yeah, I mean, again, that's
Like
a no-brainer,
Murtaugh,
isn't it?
Like, do you know what I mean? Like Donut Dodo.
Yeah, get that Murtaugh, get that Donut Dodo on there, and give us the the nice edging for Donut Dodo that they had to cut out, obviously, of the Evercade version. That if you own it on, say, Nintendo Switch, it's got the borders of like the arcade cabinet. That would be ideal, honestly. I mean, how amazing would that be? And also stick on a few new cracking indie ones as well, which would be brilliant. I mean, I think people would lap that up.
Yeah. Oh, mate, that'd be so good, because you could then give them like their own lease of life, and you could proper like do up the arcade cabinet and have it all looking completely different. So yeah, that's what I would want. I would love to have an Indie Heroes Alpha, just completely different games that we just haven't seen or got hold of. Last one from Morley. Dear Derek, will we see more super micro keychains in 2026?
Well, I would like to think Blaze learnt their lesson from the last lot, but unfortunately, if business shows us anything, companies tend not to. As I say, Sega didn't learn from the Mega CD and the 32X, the Sega Saturn, and then onto the Dreamcast. So unfortunately, yeah, we're more than likely going to see more of these keychains, and hopefully they'll drop that price nicely to a much more sensible price. Get them in those dump bins at the front of stores when you go shopping, and yeah, people will pick them up for Christmas probably, if nothing else. So yeah, hopefully this time though, we want arcade versions. We don't want any of these dodgy home cart versions of 2,600 games, because nobody wants that.
What about are we going to see any like new up like fan swangled any SPs? I don't know, like a Kelvin Klein one or a. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
wanna
mean, I
know, did
wasn't.
anyone actually get this? Let us know in the chat. Did anyone actually get the Keith Super Pocket? Interesting.
Yeah, I do know a couple of people that did,
Oh,
but
yeah, I don't know anyone who's got it yet.
but I'm not a big fan of it because obviously the whole community can't join in, and that's something I'm very passionate about. I don't just want certain things that are only for the rich and then there's nothing for the poor. Do you know what I mean? I want the whole community
Yeah.
to be able to get in there and enjoy it. And unfortunately, I felt with this, it perhaps went to a lot of scalpers and things like that, and a lot of people that collect all the super pockets, and they're very loyal. They couldn't have one for their collection. So yeah, I felt for them. So I'm hoping, there's not going to be too many of these attachments by Blaze, but I mean, if they're offered the right money, they'll sell their soul from what I can see. So yeah, I'm hoping they'll reevaluate that, because that's not a value we have here in the Evercade community, and that goes for them as well, as our matriarchs of this console, that it's very, very important that you don't just sell out for any line of money. So yeah, hopefully they're listening and they'll heed my words.
Yeah, I'm just really. I was saying, I look at this comment from Carl saying I'm losing my confidence in Blaze after this podcast. I think the whole set. Well, the fact that they put Banjo-Kazooie in an SP on a Super Pocket, is that filled you with confidence, Colm? Because it hasn't filled me with confidence, because my old man eyes won't be able to see it. So yeah, I really, really hope we've got an absolute back. Well, I'm really looking forward to Mega Cats Collection 3. I can't wait for that cart. I really hope that there's an absolute banger individual game cart coming, like Roadcraft. I want something like that. Would just to fight like that would be brilliant. Something like that, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But right,
yeah, definitely.
that is episode 79 in the bag. We are getting closer to that 100 mark. Ryan, if you're still here, you got to come back for episode 100, mate. I'm still trying to get him to come back. And guys, you need to get on
so.
as well.
Yep, no excuses, mate. No excuses.
No excuses. Right, so we are going to go off and we are going to record our thoughts on the members only part of Is Blaze experimenting in a good way? Keychains, twin stick controllers, etc. All losing focus. People who have members, we've had quite a few members join tonight. So you guys that will come up about 11:30, 12 o'clock by the time I've edited it and got it online. Right, I'm Blunners, your host tonight. Sorry there's no Ollie. Sorry there's no Tim, part of the TVG group. Don't forget you can find us over on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Skies. Derek, where can we find you?
Yep, I'm over on Twitter. I'm over on Blue Sky. So yeah, come and join me and chat all things video games. I'd love to hear what you grew up with or what you're playing now.
Because it's interesting. Because Derek, he gets some great games like that one you've obviously Gigasword. I'm really liking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely loving that magical game that is. So yes, not that big of size actually. So I was quite surprised actually on download size for that. So yeah, fantastic game.
So yeah, Gigasword. Go and check it out. So yeah, you can find Derek over on X. You can find me on the Facebook groups. That is Total Evercade Podcast, episode 79. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. The final word goes to you, Derek. What is the final word of the stream?
Leprechaun.